Hey now, so we are on to Hank Greenberg's autograph analysis. It's a great time to do Hank Greenberg. It is the 24th. Uh, Most of you know this, but in case you don't, I'm Jewish. I'm from Detroit, very similar to Hank Greenberg. A matter of fact, tomorrow's a major Jewish holiday, Yom Kippur. Not that many of you would know or care that, especially those that are not Jewish, but it's important. It's a big deal. I'm even wearing my very special Detroit Tiger Jewish hat that I got for Jewish Heritage Day. And no, and I also serve on the board of the Hank Greenberg Memorial Golf Outing, and it is run along with his son Steve Greenberg, who was former deputy commissioner of Major League Baseball. And it's important that we bring in like a big name. And every time you see me with like Clemens or Simmons or like any Hall of Famer, potential Hall of Famer, we're bringing in for the Golf Classic of Hank Greenberg. So Hank Greenberg, very prolific Detroit Tiger, first Jewish person elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, even though on his eighth ballot. He lost 4 key years to the war. So people projected that he would be like a 500 home run hitter and other things had not been for World War II. So, yeah, just very important. I feel very connected to him. So we're going to spend some time looking at the autograph analysis of the original Hank, I guess, before Hank Aaron. Nothing is Hank Aaron, but that of Hank Greenberg. So let's go. So again, we start the PSA autograph database. Now, this is a vintage Hank Greenberg autograph. But again, what's unusual about Hank Greenberg is his autograph, most autographs slant to the right. His autograph slants to the left. And when you're looking for a typical Hank Greenberg, and again, there are going to be some other unusual ones, but again, we're looking for the H. This top H should be much higher than the second H right here, sort of compacted together. Sometimes the H connects to the A, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, again, the G, this should be the tallest by far. Now, this G right here, so it should loop to the right, like you can see right here. Sometimes, a lot of times, especially later in life signatures, it stops like right here, which we'll see. This is just one example. This is an early example of the looped all the way across. Again, this is typical what you're going to see here. Very high H, very high G. Again, this is what I said about, see, it loops all the way to the right. It doesn't connect. Now, people that mailed to Hank Greenberg's house, he was a very good through-the-mail signer. Not perfect, but very good. He died very suddenly of cancer at age 75, which is not that old, to be honest. So because of that, his autograph really didn't become shaky. So you're looking for a very smooth autograph. He was a big proponent of black pens, black Sharpies. So when you're looking for a lot of stuff that you would think would be through the mail, he did do like the second national ever here in Detroit. I think I was able to confirm that fairly recently, but he didn't do that many signings. Again, he died in the mid 1980s. So like right before the real big autograph stuff. But again, this is more of a vintage signature where you can see it's more up and down. This is not very common of his. Sometimes he used the quotes during his career. Other times he didn't. After his career as a player, he moved to the Cleveland front office. So there are a lot of documents signed by Hank Greenberg. Again, we're going to get into all that right here. But again, very high H, very high G. This is very up and down, as you can see. This is, this is good. Don't get me wrong, but this is not more common. You can't see too much stuff lean to the left. So I would buy this again if it was on an official document. Again, this is a more common thing. This is like the Joe Gordon, if you watch that same type of thing that didn't get passed. But anyways, high H, high G, lean to the left. Again, these are connected right here. Something else I want to get to is the K in the Hank Greenberg, what I'm looking for. So the K usually is almost like a backwards N. It's not so good here, but when we get to later in life examples, again, we're going to see that. Again, high G, high H right here. There's a break. The Greenberg is very small. It's very minute there. That's what you want to see. But the N's kind of like a backwards N. You don't want to see like a typical K. That's okay. I can't see that one right here. Again, you see how it goes up, down, up. That's what you're looking for when in the Greenberg. Sorry, in the Hank with the K. And again, for forgeries, I wouldn't buy one if I saw what it looked like a normal K. That's a big turnoff to me. I'm not saying it's always wrong, no, but if I'm looking for an autograph, this is what I'm looking for in a typical Hank Greenberg autograph. Now, again, if something were rock solid provenance, like a contract or something that he signed and his duties as Cleveland, yeah, maybe I would consider buying it. But just like, again, I don't buy cuts. But if I were to buy a cut, one thing I'm looking for is not to see like this up, down, up, down. You know what I'm saying? Right there. You see there's a good example of the Hank Greenberg I want to see. It's almost like a U or a backwards N. That's what I'm looking for in the Hank Greenberg. Again, there are breaks everywhere. And again, a lot of times, like towards the end of his career, like this, you can see this is 83. He was very still high H, high G, but like his autograph became less and less pronounced with the letters, kind of like modern day autographs. So again, right here, again, I think this is good. You see how going up, down, up, down. That's what you want to see with the K. Again, you can see there's a break here between the B and the RG. Usually that's common. It's not always the case. Again, I'm looking for the high H, the high G, the nice loop. Again, no hesitations whatsoever on an autograph to the left. He's kind of hard to forge, believe it or not. We can't see that one. Again, this is probably much later in life. And again, he was a big fan, like I said, of the big black. So that's what I'm looking for anything like this is black. Again, high H, high G. This is probably a much later in life signature. Again, you can see the break between the B and the E, which became more common. And again, that K, I wouldn't buy this, to be honest. I'm not saying it's a forgery, but there's so many. I don't like the way see how the K is 2 strokes. This is an uncommon autograph of his. So if I were looking for a Hank Greenberg plaque, I would pass on this one. I don't think there's enough even slant that I feel comfortable buying this on. So that K is kind of odd for me, and I don't like it at all, the 2-stroke K. Again, 1-stroke K, much better. This is what I'm looking for. Oops. I think we're almost done with Greenberg. So baseballs, Ron says, I read somewhere that they're kind of rare, the baseballs. I don't even like this baseball. I don't like these 2-stroke Ks in the Hank Greenbergs at all. I'm not saying they're fake as much as I don't feel comfortable with the 2-stroke K because that's not typically how he signed it. Again, the G should be a little bit higher. I know this is on PSA's database, but I am not a huge fan of this autograph personally. Granted, there's no hesitation. I want to see a little more backstroke to the left right here. Again, this is, what you want to see, the K. Yeah, this is a 2-stroke K, but this is from 1953. This is not how he signed stuff later on in life. So again, this is the K I want to see. So I think we've gone through a lot of the PSA database. So I want to show you a couple of things. Again, Outer Safe here does a good job right here, stuff they think is fake. And this Hank Greenberg, they didn't like it. And to be honest, I don't like it either. I don't like the fact that the G's are just as high here. I want to see this G. And again, Outer Safe did a great job. They said this is out. I agree with them. And even though there's no hesitation here, I don't like the G here. I don't like the slant here. And there's another one here they said was out I want to show. Again, I agree with this right here. And again, the reason why I think it's out and the reason I agree is all about this K. I want to see up, down, up. So there's a little bit of hesitation right here also. But again, there's a high H, a high G. But this K just doesn't seem like what I wanted to see. They said this was out. And frankly, I agree with them. And again, a Hank Greenberg autograph typically, and we're going to get to the exceptions, are not a lot of money. Again, I think these are all good on eBay. I didn't see anything that stuck out as bad. $100 autograph typically, maybe a little more on certain mediums like press steel cards, checks, and like single sign baseballs. And even and again, I think these are good right here. Like this, for example, I think it's good. But again, if you look at this was signed towards the end of life. And again, it's still a 1-stroke K. It's not a 2-stroke K. This is what I wanted to see with Hank Greenberg. And this is from a trading card in 1983. So he had 3 years to sign this. And again, you want to see typically these were black Sharpies. This is what you want to see in the black Sharpie. So again, I think it's good. I think there's nothing wrong with this. But again, that's what I'm looking for when I look at a Hank Greenberg autograph. So, there's just certain things I want to see before I buy it. And one of those is like this one even. Maybe it's good. I'm not saying it's not. It's a 1-stroke K. I'm just not used to seeing the H that far down. And again, this is fairly neat for a Hank Greenberg. The H is a little high. The G's not that far high. Yes, it's got a JSA certification. Doesn't mean I would personally buy it for my collection. Whenever I buy an autograph, I want to make this clear. There's certain standard things in every autograph. That's not always there, but it's usually there. So, again, on provenance, I'm real big on, and I pay extra for the provenance, which I've talked about. But again, I want to see the typical, stereotypical things in a Hank Greenberg autograph. So just because it has a TPA thing doesn't mean it's right. Now let's go back to this one right here for $80. Again, this is what I want to see: up, down, big H, big G, nice circle. This is what I'm looking for a Hank Greenberg autograph. Now I know people collect single sign baseballs. So, anyways, we just talked about this. I just wanted to point this out here. This is on This is, you can see right here, this was a secretarial signed Hank Greenberg autograph down here, but down here is a good autograph. Again, it's a little atypical, but I think it's good enough for me. I would buy it. This is signed in 1950 during his time as a executive director for the Cleveland Indians right here. Again, because the K is really one stroke K. The H is a little odd and the G is a little odd. I mean, it's not, but again, I like the provenance of it. If I were to buy it, I mean, if I were to buy one, I would be okay with this. Now, this again is very rare. This is a signed check for Hank Greenberg. Expect to pay thousands of dollars for a signed check if you're into the signed check thing. Again, he signed it very quickly, very rushed. It's atypical in the sense that, again, it's a high H, a high G. I mean, these checks are very rare. This was signed in 1981. I mean, they're out there. They exist. They're just very rare. Well, and there's probably can't be more than, 5 known in the market. I wish you would say, but again, this is the autograph I own currently. It's just a government postcard, your typical government postcard. Again, probably signed in the mid-1950s. High H, high G, sticking up. You see it's a up, down, up, what I want to see in a Greenberg in a nice big loop. I owned another Hank Greenberg autograph. I've since got rid of this one. It's kind of tough to see. But again, high H, high G. This was signed. I bought it more for speaker. This was probably when they came back to face the Indians. And he was a coach and an executive general manager with the Cleveland Indians at the time, now the Guardians. So anyways, I hope you learned a little thing about Hank Greenberg's autograph. Like I said, there's a lot out there. He's not a rare autograph at all by any stretch of the imagination, but just take your time, buy what we look for in a standard Hank Greenberg autograph, unless you feel really comfortable. I wouldn't spend more than a couple $100. So we're going to move from Hank Greenberg to Ken Griffey Jr. So I'm trying to record these once a week. So until then, as always, keep collecting.